What is this build? Yeah.
Where are the moderators in the chat?
Questioning the Skaven build? Well, we'll see how it works out. So, oh,
Right. You can tell me when
I'm
to
at
go.
3 seconds. So, set it to 3 and then we'll count down. Okay, so
Okay.
3, 2, 1, let's go. So yeah, the Skaven build is quite degenerate with the 2 Plague Priests, the 2 Hellpits, and the 2 Doom Wheels, a Master Assassin, and just a bunch of Skaven slaves surrounding that. It was brought to my attention that you know, maybe this is a little bit too much money into single entities. But, you know, if it's only brought to my attention like an hour before the tournament, then I can't really go and change it. But think about a rule. War machines. Maybe we'll even already implement it for next week, because it will give people time to adapt their builds if they do want to go for something like this. But basically, guys, what I just want to mention is that it is problematic when you start calling things that clearly aren't monsters, monsters. That's why Wheels of Doom and a Doom Wheel is not counted as a monster, it's a war machine. But at the same time, there should probably be some sort of limit on war machines as well. But first, let's see how this army actually does. The Norscan army. I know you liked them, Achilles.
Yeah. So he brought a shaman sorcerer of fire with fireball, the burning head, and the cascading fire cloak. On the right flank, we have the mist stalkers, the Arawar Fimir warriors. Of course, we have Wulfric the Wanderer with Seafang and the Hunter of Champions. We see some marauders in the front line, and actually as well as some berserkers, 2 of them. We also have the marauder chariots, and in the back we have 4 skin wolves. So this is a very offensive army, as you usually see from the Norse.
Anticity, thank you for the raid. Good games today. Good luck next week in the lower bracket or the losers bracket. Skaven, it's Evenstar. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see how he tries to deal with this. It's obviously a blob build. Looks like for now he's just shooting fireballs at Hellpit abominations that are going to regenerate. So yeah, probably not work out very well. Oof, those shots into the marauders.
You attack in with your front line, and then you try to get to the single entities with your skin wolves and Wulfric.
I don't really know. I would try to avoid putting damage on the Hellpits, but it's kind of hard to do that when they're all so close together. I think you definitely need to cycle charge with your skin wolves. Try to get use out of their regen, because this is going to be a long grindy battle. The first thing you want to do is get rid of all the slaves, and you can see when you blob and box like this, their leadership tanks even faster. And then once you get them routing, you should just get rid of all of them before you try to deal with the single entities again.
Yeah, the Shaman Sorcerer got focused and is actually now just, was terrified, is still routing of the field. Could be a big deal later on.
Yeah, I think Norska definitely committed a little bit too hard here with certain units.
I mean, the chariots are doing work, but they're only just killing clan rats and Skaven slaves. The infantry for the Norskans are routing. I guess they will come back, but they're not material to really kill all these single entity units with, as far as I know.
The infantry? Well, against the Plague Monks, definitely not. Against the Hellpits, actually infantry does pretty well. I just wonder if their leadership might break. I definitely think you want to take your time here, get regen on your skin wolves. Looks like he's just trying to overwhelm them and break them instead, which may not work, actually. We'll see. Wolfric should definitely be careful.
The cycle charging.
Yeah, he should cycle charge.
In the capacity that mammoths can cycle charge.
Yeah, they're maybe not as elegant at it, but they can definitely do it. Okay, a big thing here is whether these Helpits actually get their heal proc or not.
Too horrible to die.
Yeah, it might get it. It also broke, and it's
Ooh.
dead. It didn't get the heal proc. But yeah, that's a Sea Fang that's gonna kill some slaves. That's not the biggest deal, really. But I also just want to point out, guys, you can say like, oh, what is this build and why is this allowed? Blah blah blah. But if Norsca takes like the typical army that you see here with the skin wolves and stuff, it's generally accepted that Skaven have a super hard time beating that. And you could almost say it's... I mean, that's just accepted, that's normal when a matchup is completely busted like that. And then when a faction tries to do something out of the box, well, that's maybe not the best choice of words when they made a box, but you know, when they try to do something out of the box to deal with that, I think you almost need to respect that, because when they just sit there and take it with like a balanced army and you know they have only like a 40-60% chance of winning it, it's very... I mean, no one thinks that's bad when you can clearly see the matchup is imbalanced. Just because the Norskins don't happen to be bringing single entity units. Or, you know, playing something unconventional. Even though, like, the Skin Wolf and then Wolfric and everything, Rush is probably as busted against the normal Skaven army as this is. Norsca has ranged units. Norsca has final transmutation that could hit everything in this blob. Norsca has ways to deal with this, so you can talk about like, oh, so many single entities, what are these rules, but in the end it's not like you absolutely can't beat it. And also, if you know, people see problems with rules, they can always bring them up. I'm very reasonable with making adjustments, but not if it's like an hour before a tournament that someone brings it up like, hey, this stuff is totally broken, I'm gonna use it, and it's too late to change it an hour before the tournament. But in the end, this game is pretty close.
Yeah, skin wolves are just, you know, regenerating as they do. The fourth one will probably come back as well, so they can form like a new front.
Yeah, he needs to get use out of their regen. And at the very least, a lot of the models on them have survived. Still has his caster as well.
Ooh, the Marauder's shattered though.
Yeah, he doesn't really have infantry support anymore. He can't really buy the time that he needs to get a lot of regen off.
It's not like Skaven has a lot of support as well, because these chariots are actually, you know, doing work and getting rid of them. Wolfric now getting very low though.
Yeah, he's probably gonna rout here in a second. And there's Helpit against Skin Wolves. So I think they will just Terrify and that'll be that.
I can't read this.
But this is also the kind of build that probably works once and then the next time you just get nuked with final transmutation or javelins. And in the end it's still a pretty close game, despite, you know, it all. I think if Norsca a little bit of more time to get regen on their skin wolves, just using that time to chase the slaves, they could have gotten more done.
I think they're gonna try an MS on like one unit right now, just trying to kill them one by one. Looks like it was a Doom Wheel, but they already targeted on the Helpit Abomination, which is getting isolated at the moment actually.
Yeah, is it also going to die or is it going to get its heal proc? That's actually pretty big. Okay, it is getting the heal proc. It's fair, I guess, because the first one didn't get it.
1 and 2, baby.
Yeah, I have to wonder if attacking the thing that can heal was the right choice here.
Yeah, maybe the Plague Priest would have been better decision to at least get that off the field.
Yeah. Well, if there's one faction that should cheese, it's the Skaven, I guess. Or where it's fitting to cheese with them. But look at it. You have like pretty much dead Hell Pit Abomination that would have died if it didn't get its heal.
Oh man,
if
he
it
got
didn't
it.
get two, yeah, if it didn't get 3 heals, and then you have like a Lord that's alive and a Plague Priest that's almost dead. So it's not like this build won so heavily, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Against a build that wasn't prepared against it at all. Yeah,
So Randommnix takes game 1.
Yeah, he takes the game 1. So of course it looks obnoxious, something like that, but when Norska just rolls over the Skaven when they try to, I don't know, hold the line with units that just don't hold the line, no one says anything. It's like, oh, this is normal. But when they do something unconventional like this and, you know, still have a pretty close victory, then, I mean, I get it. Like, this isn't the most exciting build to watch, but it's not a totally black and white story either, I think. So we have Tomb Kings and Chaos. Randommnix beat Astolfo pretty hard. In the group stage in this matchup. Let's see if he can do the same with Evenstar. Should pause the replay again.
Yes.
Okay, whenever you're ready, please.
Still loading in.
I'll go over the Chaos Army already. We have the Forsaken. It's the same build he played against Astolfo, the Chaos Marauders. Demon Spew. Mirror Guard, Weird Spawn. Armored Chaos Trolls, one of Randommnix's signature units. Chaos Warriors, Halberds, Marauder Horsemen. Chaos Marauder on the flank here. Think he's gonna win the whole tourney? Well, we'll see.
Alrighty.
Like if Norska took 4 Mammoths, maybe they should have. Maybe they should have. Alright, to Tomb King's army.
Let's go. So, we see some skeleton warriors in the front. 3 of them. Backed up by 2 Tomb Guards. And in the back we have the Scorpion Legion, the Outer War Skeleton Spearmen. We have, again, a Necrotect. We have a Lich Priest with a Spirit Leech. We have the Outer War Ushapti with Great Bows. And is that... Yeah. Dude, I don't even know how you pronounce them. I'll just call them Stalkers.
Sepulchral.
Yeah, we have 2 of those. And and we have the Sphinx of Usep. I don't even know. But it's the Outer War Sphinx.
Right, so if Evenstar has been paying attention to the group stages, he might have had a guess what was coming his way. Let's see how he handles it. This is the same army Randommnix played against Astolfo, but I have to say, just looking at the builds, I just don't think this Tomb King infantry is going to hold. Tomb Kings don't have anything to chase, so even if they rout the trolls, they'll come back. I don't think the Chosen of the Gods can really do enough damage here either. I would be very surprised to see a Tomb King's victory here. Oh, the Chosen of the Gods are doing pretty good damage, but this Necrotect might just get caught. And if the Necrotect gets caught by the trolls, then it's pretty much over already, because you need to heals on the Sphinx of Usek. But that's good macro getting him out of there, although I think he might still get caught in the end. One Marauder Horseman has been routed, that's fine, it's just a cheap unit. Little preliminary charge here by Sepulchral Stalkers. I have to wonder if it wouldn't have been better if they were just shooting their missiles, but maybe he wants to keep them.
Oh, I'm sorry, Viking. I think we're desynced.
Hold on, I'll pause.
We didn't count down.
Oh yes, 1 minute and 9 seconds.
1 minute and 9. Just give me a brief 30 seconds.
I can
But
get
so-
being a few seconds behind, but how can you be 30 seconds
I
behind?
was just looking at the armies as I was introducing.
Yeah,
So
I
the,
also get too excited.
So the stalkers are anti-large, right? He has 2 of them.
Yes.
There are 3 trolls on the field.
And they can shoot too.
So So I guess he can at least murder 2 of them.
Yeah, if he can
Alright.
kill models, but I think that what's gonna happen is they're gonna rout and then come back, and nothing can chase them. So that's the strength of trolls. If you can't chase them off, they keep coming back and they eventually kill you. But we'll see if my prediction holds.
All right, you can count down.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go. Tomb King's falling back a little bit. Chariot doing some damage on the flank. You're actually distracting a troll, but here comes a burning head.
Ooh.
Tries to dodge it, but
that's
that
a good
spell
one.
just...
Although I don't know, it's gonna hit the Forsaken as well, and it's not gonna be good for the Forsaken.
Oh, it actually hit the trolls a little bit as well, and they're getting slapped
Ooh.
by the Sphinx. The Sphinx is actually a great tool against the Chaos Trolls. It has armor piercing, it has fire damage, it has anti-large, so it has all the things you need for the trolls. It's taking a lot of damage from Archeon already. Look at them. It's murdering that
Yeah,
thing.
and you know, it seems like Chaos is committing to like an all-out attack, but he is forgetting 2 horsemen and some Chaos Marauders in the back.
Yep.
Not sure if that's gonna hurt him later on the line, but it seems that he has quite a big flank going on with Chaos Marauders, with Trolls, with Forsaken, just, you know, getting in there in the back line, tying everything down.
It's definitely not ideal, but if you look at this, the Chosen of the Gods are kind of occupied. The Sepulchral Stalkers are not really getting the right connections. They want to be shooting their missiles, not being in melee. Even though being in melee is not terrible for them, shooting is still better. But Archeon is now actually in a pretty bad fight against the Sepulchral Stalkers. Khalida.
Isn't he the ever chosen?
Oh god, Archeon, what's happening to you? Doesn't look like he's having a good time. I think he might actually die, although he does have halberd support. And the Sepulchral Stalkers are falling back.
I think he's dead.
Halberds have managed to catch the Chosen of the Gods. And Archeon is running away, but as I said, weakness of this army, I guess, that it can't chase. He needs the units to hold, so he can't really commit to chasing enemy. He's trying to, though, trying to get rid of Archeon. I know he just stopped just as he rallied.
If the Marauder Horseman was there, he could have chased. Oh no, sorry, it's from the same faction. I am saying silly stuff right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Getting
the
too
Forgotten
excited.
Chaos Marauder and a Marauder Horseman is indeed not helping. Now the trolls are being chased by the Sepulchral Stalkers. Because there isn't enough pressure here to stop them from doing that, because of those units being forgotten. 3 units in total.
Yeah, it seems like the momentum is now cooling down for Chaos, and things are kind of stabilizing for the Tomb Kings. The Sphinx is doing some work, man.
Yeah, it's just so good against the trolls and even against the Weird Spawn. Weird Spawn rely on physical resistance. Guess what? Sphinx of Usek, the Swiss army knife in this army, has magic attacks as well to pierce that. Now, the Ushabti are summoned. You know, Ushabti are often summoned right on top of stuff. I actually prefer to see them summoned to the side of something so they can flank it and then charge it. But I guess
getting a
at least
charge
this
is
way they're tanking a lot of the damage.
Marauder Horseman is getting active now. Archeon came back, but just sitting idle in the back. Well, I guess he can't really do much, right? Yeah. They're running out of steam. Chaos is.
I predicted a Chaos win here, but I did not expect Randommnix would forget so many of his units. I guess it doesn't really help your micro and awareness when you're playing a build like you did in the last game. Yeah, Archeon just getting caught out of position there. So that was pretty big.
That was the classic Achilles move in Warhammer.
Losing your... yeah, I remember Imric game that happened to you. Well, maybe the Weird Spawn here, he's unbreakable, maybe he will carry. No, Not even going to stick around. So no 2-0 there. Evenstar equalizer, and we'll have to see. Last match will be.
To have your whole army in one blob so it easily can fit in one screen. Yeah, or you scroll out enough, right?
It's a good strategy. Oh god, it's vampire counts against Vampire Coast. Ugh, kill me now.
No, you'll love this.
Everyone is forgetting units today. I hope I won't do the same. In fact, they didn't do anything really hurt me a lot. Yeah, because they can even put a lot of damage on the Sphinx. I mean, it has 100 armor, but in the end, 100 armor is still, you know, at a threshold where it actually damage the unit. Or, you know, just causing disruption against stuff. Huh. Mass ranged build. Vampire Coast. Full ranged, actually.
Would have loved to see Helman Gorst here with an Cav only build.
Let's pause this time and go over the armies.
Alright, I'm at 2 seconds.
Yeah, me too. Seems like a standard. Okay, I will sacrifice myself and go over the coast army.
Wait, are we starting the game or just going over the armies first?
Going over the armies first.
Alright. No, you can go over the counts, man.
Alright, alright. I'll go over my people. Just in this matchup, I usually see them dying, so not sure how excited I am. So it's the Fellbats. I think it's kind of the same army Anticity faced. Actually 4 Fellbats. There's also a Blood Knight. I guess you might expect some ranged. No, it's not really the same army. There's 2 Crypt Ghouls on the flanks. They're good at flanking, cutting through stuff quickly. There's 2 Black Coaches. There's 2 Banshees, which seem pretty standard. Isabella has, of course, the Chalice to heal up those Banshees. In addition to that, she has the Red Fury, which restores Vigor, which is really useful because there's nothing else that restores Vigor. Vampire roster, Master of Beguilement, Raise Dead, Vacation of Nehek, and then the front line is just a combination of Skeleton Spears, Warriors. Achilles, take it away.
Good stuff. So we see 5 gunnery mobs in the front for the Vampire Coast. Then we have 3 bombers. In the back we have 4 of the gunnery mob with the handgun version. There is also a hand cannon one on the field as well. I think I am wrong. There are even more bombers. We have
It's
5
a full
bombers.
ranged army.
Yeah, we have the ROR Black Spot unit, the Shadow Wraith Gunners, and I guess this unit is the Lamprey's Revenge. Okay, so it's the ROR Rotting Prometheans. Didn't notice that at first sight, but whatever. And we
turn
have
on unit icons, then you can see it easily. Because then you have
I
a
have
purple
it turned
icon.
on. Some actually I guess there is like 1 melee infantry on the field, except for, if you don't count Rotting Prometheans. And then there's Count Noctilus with the Moondial, of course, Great Storm, Arcane Conduit, Nehek, Drowned Dead, and yeah, that's gonna be it for the Vampire Coast.
Yeah, it's actually not full ranged. Yes, Count Noctilus and a deckhand mob. Yeah, let's see. Full ranged can beat full melee. So
whoa, calm down, man.
Anticity would totally approve of this ghost build. Wait, who needs to calm down?
You need a countdown.
Oh yes, countdown. I'm at 22 seconds now.
Alright, I'm at 10 seconds now.
Yep. Yeah, you can tell we haven't done this before, right?
Alright, I'm at 22 seconds as well.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Counts are moving up. There's an enormous amount of firepower here. There's even a shade weight gunners.
He's moving up in like a Napoleon-esque way. Like, usually you'd see them spread out, but this is like kind of a blocky formation. It's almost like a checkerboard. I guess if you don't expect to get cavalry charges, it might actually be better, because I think if you're in guard mode, the units in the back will actually continue shooting.
Isabella came close, and you can see she's instantly taking a lot of damage from these gunnery mobs. Not sure if she should really be here, because once they turn around, start shooting her, she's just gonna die.
Man, this is so dangerous. Just to cast a summon on the Shadow Wraith gunners, I don't know.
I mean, it allows him to bring his banshees close, and once they're close, it's a lot harder to kill them. I like how he's collapsing with a lot of his units at the same time. Good reaction from Randommnix as well, getting his Shade Raids out of there. Now, I think it's fair to say that this army is not going to be winning a lot of melee engagements. It also looked like he kind of killed his own gunnery mobs there, because they suddenly took a lot of damage after that bombardment hit. He has the Lamprey's Revenge though, and also Black Spot Zombies, which are kind of, you know, okay in melee. But yeah, it looks to me like the counts are just doing a very good job right now.
The Blood Knights got through, so
yeah.
So with cavalry, with chariots, you know, basically almost every missile unit, which is basically his whole army, is basically interrupted by a unit. So there is not a lot of firing happening, actually, considering the amount of missile troops on the field.
Yeah, because Evenstar really collapsed really well with his units, but the question is if he can keep that up, because if even one unit dies, or if, you know, Isabella gets killed, suddenly it can get out of control again really quickly. But he has a strong presence here from where he can push in with those black coaches. Black coaches will, of course, pull the Shade Raid gunners, but Isabella, she has the Blood Chalice, but she has to be careful because she won't heal forever. Could raise that.
Right, heal back. Now, I do like the risky play with Isabella though, because you know, as soon as units try to target her, you know, basically she is just gonna fly around, and then units have to turn around, and when they're turning around, they're not shooting.
Yeah, and that Blood Chalice just healed her up to full. It's not even like it restores 2,496 hit points and 36% figure. Okay, that's enough to heal cap a Banshee with one cast. So it looks like it's kind of slipping away for the coast here. Clearly ranged caps are needed, because, you know, being able to take too many ranged units is just too overpowered. Yeah, really good vampire counts play here. Evenstar collapsing from all sides, keeping all the units occupied, not losing the important units. Getting the summon in, it was risky.
Or does Blood Knight still have the field?
Yeah, he still has Blood Knights, and they have an invocation on them. Okay, the Lamprey's Revenge might be somewhat difficult to kill, but I think the Banshees will shank them eventually. Well, Randommnix, when your units are this slow, I don't think there's much you can do. You could deploy differently, but once the lines are engaged, like, what are you supposed to do? It's not like you can outmaneuver him with zombies that move at 23 speed. It's basically on him to let him shoot, or let you shoot important target too much.
This was a nice Napoleon game of the Ottomans against France.